So hello everyone. Here again I am. Uh, so today's video's topic is uh, experiences and the nature of experiences. Today I will share my ideas about experiences, like what are experiences and what I believe them to be. So certainly experience is a certain amount of time that you have spent in your life over doing a certain thing. A basic definition of experience, which you all must agree. I mean, you all might agree. So if an experience is a certain amount of time that we have dedicated to a purpose, and that particular area of space time or time and what effort we did is known as an experience, and what we felt and what our senses felt. Actually, this is very intriguing, right? Because we don't really remember how the thing exactly smelled or how the thing was exactly, tasted. We don't remember the exact taste and smell. We can't give a proper word. We cannot articulate a smell to its core. Like if you see a red color, you can for sure say that it is a red color. This thing right here, this is red color, right? This thing is red color. If I say red t-shirt, you will remember this t-shirt. If I say yellow t-shirt, you might remember this t-shirt, but there are shades of yellow, right? But anyways, we can more or less articulate color, but we cannot articulate a taste and smell as much as we can do with the color. If you have to articulate taste, then how do we do that? You will do that through, like, you'll say it was something like a burger and a pizza combined. So you are giving references, and that to references of taste. Only a person who has eaten a burger and a pizza can know what kind of taste did they have. Did the substance that you are talking about have, did the subject have. But if you don't know the color, even if you have seen a red ball, you can imagine a red t-shirt. Like, you don't need to literally see a t-shirt and red color or something like that. No. You don't need to see a red t-shirt exactly to know how it looks. However, you have to have some basic idea of what red looks like or what a t-shirt looks like to comprehend the fact that there is a red t-shirt. Now, again, talking to the next, we were talking about the experience system, and smell is even more difficult. How will you say it smells like potato? It smells like you're relying on some other thing. Exactly, that is what sensors are about. So experiences, I don't think we literally record the exact experience as it was. We are not a video camera. We are not an audio camera or audio recording. We are not an audio video recording machines. We take the learnings from them, and it is important to revise on those learnings. And this is what I feel is really important to have to. This is very important. This is a very beautiful concept. If you are giving your time to something, just you have to learn through it, right? Or you have to at least enjoy it. These are the two basic things that you would want to your time to be spent in. Either you will want to spend it enjoying with your family and friends. Well, it is good. Yes. So if you are wait a minute, seriously. So coming back to the point, if you are enjoying something, then you are really, the time is worth it. If you are not enjoying something, but you are learning from it, even if you are suffering, but if you learn from the suffering, then the suffering is worth it, isn't it? And if the suffering becomes worth it from learning, why don't we make our life a learning experience? That is a beautiful thing to do, isn't it? So, coming back to the point, you don't remember the exact tape recording of that particular event or maybe or anything. So, you are not a recorder, but you can at least remember the lessons that you drew from it. You cannot remember what yesterday's food smelled like. Like if you think about the vision, you can imagine a red t-shirt, but can you imagine and if you imagine the red t-shirt, you can literally see the red t-shirt by closing your eye, right? But can you smell the same thing that you smelled yesterday or 3 days ago or 5 days ago? Or can you bring the taste emotion or the taste sensory input of taste without even tasting something? For example, if I don't see anything, even then I can imagine a red t-shirt in my mind. But if I don't taste anything for 3 days, I might forget. I might not be able to recall that taste. recalling taste is not easily possible until I think you are on some stuff, illegal stuff, or some really high medication. I don't know if you can do that at that point or not. You might be able to, but a normal human cannot. Now we come back to the idea of yes, learning. If you don't derive a learning from your experience, if this is your life, and this is your current life, and this is the skill of your current life. These are 20, 25 years, 20 years almost for me. And this area I was learning to walk out and learn. This area was spent in school, and this area is now like post school period. This area is post school period. This area was in school. This area was learning. This is total life. Okay. So if I do not derive the learning from this point, then I might not remember what happened in this point. For sure, I might not remember. Who remembers what happened in seventh class at a certain day at a certain time? No one does. So exactly right. But to remember the lesson, for example, if someone betrayed you, you can remember the lesson that I don't have to get betrayed. If someone used a fallacy against you, if someone used a bias against you, if someone used a weakness of you against you, then you might remember that weakness in your head and you might want to eliminate that weakness too. This is a very good thing to do, and I think everyone should do it. Why not? Why not eliminate your weakness? Why not learn from the suffering? Right? And experiences are a very beautiful thing. Now, I was going to talk about a different thing. What are experiences? Let's talk about. So, if your life is a canvas, imagine your life to be a canvas. I believe experiences in your lifetime. This is a canvas, and this is your life. Your experiences are splashes of color from the canvas, are splashes of color on the canvas. What do I mean by that? If this is the your whole life and everything you have to do is in this space, you are throwing some colors, you're painting a beautiful drawing, or you're throwing random colors on it. It is upon you. Those who say कि we will not think about tomorrow and we will live now. I think living today is a very good thing, but at the same time, you have to know what you have to do tomorrow. You don't know what will happen to you tomorrow, but unfortunately or fortunately, you have to understand what you have to do tomorrow. If you don't have any future plans for tomorrow, you might be going with the flow, and I don't think going with the flow is wrong, but certainly at a short span, if you don't know what you're going to do after 1 hour, you're certainly misled. You're certainly flowing with, uh, I don't know, flowing with just the flow, and that is it. So I think experiences are like splashes of colors that you put on your canvas of life. Now, this is very important. You don't need to have every experience. Very beautiful. You don't need to have every experience. Why? 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 Experiences are good, right? Everyone says that experience things, experience things. No, this is the beautiful thing. You don't need to have every experience. This is a horrible thing too if you don't understand it. If you go on to have every experience of life, you might tend to have negative experiences and more than positive ones. Yes, there are some negative experiences. Yes, yes, there are some experiences that increase your suffering, that are fruitless. Yes, that are bad in nature, and that is why people, religions throughout the nations prohibit practicing them. Right? Nowadays, it is very common to blast off a religion saying it is cultural nuance or something really fragile. But at least for me, dharmic point of view is something that protects you from the evil of the world. If you go according to the Dharma Shastras, the books, the scripts of the Dharma, you will go in a righteous direction. That is the purpose of it. That is exactly the purpose of it. Now, the next thing that comes in my mind is that yes, every experience. For example, you see that I'm going to experience the world by traveling. Okay, you travel. But if you go to a spot where only brutal criminals live, then will you have a positive experience of travel? But does your experience condensate your whole traveling journey into that one point? And if it does, is it right to to compress whole traveling genre into your idea of traveling, which you gained through traveling towards a territory of criminals? Exactly right. Similarly, when controversial take coming, when good people start going to places which are rajasic, when good people who could pursue sattvic things in life, they tend to divert themselves to rajasic things just to gain sensory pleasure, just to gain material pleasure, and then they go down to fall into the tamasic sphere of lifestyle. At that point, the society starts to get obliterated. The fabric of society starts to get weirder. This is a very important thing to understand. A Sattvic person who is born in a Sattvic family should not indulge with Rajasic and Tamasic stuff. This is very important to understand because this is the root of all evil, my dear friends. The bad people, the literally those people who are suffering from life, are like suffering from bad things, and they have bad habits. Everyone has bad habits, but some people really do have them in excess. They can share their bad habits with 10 people, and even then they will not even then they will have a lot of bad habits. So I'm talking about those people. They give the excuse that even that good guy, the guy that people say is good, even he is doing something that I do, hence I must not be wrong. This is not his fault. He is already weak brained, weak willed. It is your fault because you were a good person and you decided to justify what he is doing right now. And that is why, my dear friends, I think that you should not, and this is my personal belief, uh, you should not try to you can judge me with it, but I guess I'm not enforcing it on you. I'm giving you free will, free idea to let that thought process through. Because certainly there are some things that we don't want to do. For example, we don't want to, if we are not born in a really open family, open as in really liberal family which allows you anything. This is not a good thing, by the way. Allowing you everything is not a good thing when you are a child. So if it allows you everything and if it forces you in some way to do some things, then I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about stuff wherein people force themselves to into bad habits, force themselves literally forcing themselves into bad habits. For the first time, when you watch and you start doing bad things, you lie, you have a barrier to cross, right? This is the normal state you are born in, and then you have a barrier to cross. The energy barrier, the potential barrier that you have to break in order to get into what you call as into that state. Now, if once you fall into that state and you are certainly not rising, you are dropping below. There is something that is protecting you from dropping below. And once you drop below, your new normal is lower than it was before. So certainly, when you say that, okay, what we are doing is, I'm going to maybe be sexually open, maybe, or maybe have multiple partners, you are basically saying that I'm dropping my level. And the first time you try to do it, you will face problems. And I'm not saying it by experience of, you know, I'm saying it by experience of people that I've talked to. I personally I personally think that first time when you do robbery, when you do theft, you will have a potential of someone stopping you from doing it. That exactly is God. That is the God complex within you. That is the God particle within you. That is the God idea within you. That is what stops you from falling. That is the God that is all merciful. I believe that stopping should be maintained and even reinforced through cultures, through societies, and through individual ideas. You have to make sure that you don't fall to stuff, to cheap dopamine. Now, coming back to experiences, exactly. If you blaster yourself with every experience possible, you might gain negative experiences in excess because negativity spreads a lot faster and positivity takes time because positivity is permanent and hence it takes time to arrive within you, right? So this is the idea behind this video that negativity spreads quickly and positivity takes time to spread. and hence you should not blasted yourself with all sorts of experiences. What you can do is you can observe someone who's having that experience and see not his short-term happiness or smile like this state is not happiness. The happiness is a state wherein the person is truly contented, where he's truly, desirous of living, where he is not like, no, this is not, he's not long term. In 1 month or two, is he adding on to himself? Is he becoming is he becoming better? Is it improving his performance? And then you have to look at people. If you are suspicious, or if you think it is too good to be true, you have to look at people who have done it for prolonged period, maybe 1 year, maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 25 years. There are people who have been physically open for 25 years, and you can see on their face there is a regret. There is a tint of regret, and that regretness can be seen. Like you can literally see that regret. And once you see it, you understand that this is not something that I would like to pursue. This is not something that I would like to continue my whole life with. And that is the moment you realize that it is not something that you will do. So experiences should be selective. You should not experience everything. My different, you should not travel to every place. My different, it is not important to travel to every place. It is not important to look at everything, to experience everything. Experience good stuff, experience divinity, experience beautiful stuff. That is all I would say. Experience yourself, experience peace, experience silence. They are beautiful things when done in proper amount. That is enough for today's video. I hope I didn't hurt you. I didn't have any bad impression on you. I made you, I contributed to you net positively. I hope I didn't do anything that hurt you. Thank you. That is for the video. Namaskar.